Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna go over 4 basic strategies for singles.
If you know me, you know how much I love my U-Drippin grips. They're amazing. I love matching my outfits. If you do too, you're gonna love the grips. You can buy so many different colors. You can match your paddle, shoes, or outfit, whatever you want. So they're great when you go out there and you play for a lot of hours. By the end of the day, you still feel like it's still really good in your hand and it's super tacky and it's not slipping off your hand, so they're great. I'm sure you're gonna love them too. If you wanna try them and save some money, use my code CP15 at checkout.
All right, so the first thing you want to do when it comes to singles, if you don't know your opponent, in my case, I'm super lucky. I get to watch a lot of film. I know I play against the same players. I feel like over and over, as you know, we travel to so many different tournaments and we play somewhat a lot of singles tournaments, so you end up seeing familiar faces. But in your case, if you don't have that luxury to really watch your opponents or kind of knowing them, the first thing I would like for you to do when you're warming up your singles, spend some time from the baseline hitting with your opponent and try to mix it up. A few to their forehand, few to their backhand, and you can go alternate and see what happens. If they're very comfortable, you see them just like ripping forehands, they're like really comfortable with their forehand, then you're like, okay, well, maybe that's their strength. And let's say you see as soon as you hit towards their backhand, it's just a little weaker. You notice they're not as comfortable. Maybe they hit it a little bit shorter. Then maybe it gives you a good idea that you should pick maybe on the backhand right off the bat when you first start playing your first few points of singles. Maybe it's gonna be the same strategy throughout the whole match. Who knows? But you should start, again, trying to aim towards their weakness at all times, just like doubles. So again, you're in the warm-up, you're alternating, or you're hitting a few to the forehand, backhand. Try to notice what they feel comfortable with, their strength, and what they don't really feel comfortable with, their weaknesses. The number 2, you want to make sure you start the first point, or you start the first shot of the point with your strength. So if we're talking about the serve, if I take a ball here, and my strength is, let's say, my forehand. I want to start the point with my strength, which again is my forehand. I'm gonna be the server in that case. I'm gonna be closer to the tee line here. So if we think about the whole court, once they return, I can try to cover as much court as possible, trying to hit with my strength the first ball that I get back. If it's my backhand, if it's your backhand that you prefer, then maybe you can cheat a little bit more to I would say the middle. You don't want to go too far out, otherwise you're gonna have to cover a lot of court to hit your strength. So I would say middle of the box here on the baseline in order for you to want to hit a backhand for the following shot. Same thing from this side. If we go on the left side here, if you want to hit a backhand, then maybe you can stand a little bit closer to the tee line. But if you want to hit a forehand here, I would be, again, don't cheat too far out here. I would say more middle of the baseline here. So after you're done serving, you can kind of stay here and you're almost, I would say 80% sure that you're going to be able to hit with your strength for the second shot of the point. Now, same thing with the return. If you want to start with your strength, which is, let's say, your forehand, then maybe you can cheat it slightly to the left. But if you want to start with your backhand, then slightly to the right, so you can return the first shot of the point with your strength. Same thing from the left side. Again, if you want to start returning here with your forehand, maybe cheat a little bit to your right so you can make sure you hit a forehand. Otherwise, if you prefer your backhand, same thing, a little closer to the tee line so you can make sure you hit a backhand right off the bat, which is going to be a huge plus, because after your return, which leads into the next subject here, you want to make sure after your return that you go in the open court. That's just a basic strategy. Let's say they're serving, if they're serving from the deuce side, okay, my opponents are serving to me, and again, I'm cheating a little bit to the left because I want to return with my forehand. If they're serving from the right side, in that case, the open court is going to be straight ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna take that ball straight ahead. If it's a good deep return, because I'm trying to returning it deep to make it hard for them to get to the ball. So if I return it to the open court, I would love for you to come forward or come in after the ball and follow your ball and try to cover the line. It's gonna be very challenging for your opponent to hit that ball cross court because they're most likely gonna be late getting to that ball since you hit a good deep return. So same thing if I'm returning from this side now and they're serving from the left side or the ad side and I'm cheating slightly to my left, or let's say I wanna hit a backhand now. So I'm gonna be a little closer to the tee, they serve to my backhand, I'm gonna hit that one, hopefully a good deep return to the open court and follow the ball and come in behind it. Again, I'm expecting that ball to come line, to go line. That's a higher percentage shot once they're on the run. So that's why I'm protecting my line there. The last one is to start the point with a big serve, okay? You wanna make sure you serve big in pickleball when it comes to singles, because whoever's gonna get to the net first is usually gonna have the advantage. So if you serve a serve that is doesn't have much juice behind it, much power, and it's somewhat short, they're most likely gonna go to the open court and put pressure on you first. So you wanna make sure you hit a deep serve, if you can, powerful serve, so you keep them back, and hopefully the following shot on your third ball with your strength, because you were able to position yourself well behind the baseline to hit your strength on the following shot, that you can take that ball in the open court and now you can move forward after. So I would highly suggest working on your serve, mixing it up so you can try to really take advantage of having that serve so they can stay back as long as possible and you can come in behind it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video makes you a better singles player. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave any comments if you have any questions down below.
You're hitting perfect backhands. Yeah. Hit like you're supposed to, your strength is your forehand, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I hit it to your backhand, you miss it. Your backhand was better than your forehand. Wow, that's really weak. I'm gonna pick on your backhand. I would try to really favorite, what is it, favorite? That was right? I would, favor. If you wanna start the point with your favorite, I messed myself up. Now, the last one. What was it? Okay. The last one is to start the point